Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Friday, the 7th of February 2019. So traders buy everything on hopes that virus-contained stock bonds and gold jump, and USD jump also. Interesting that gold is actually rising when really, if the stock market goes up, gold generally doesn't. So an interesting one there. And yesterday, a bit of a breather for the market yesterday, as you would expect. It did put in a new all-time high at 29,527, heading to that 30,000 target that I've spoken about so many times in the Market Alert. Yesterday, you can see the market closing back just below the all-time high that we see there at 29,400. However, price is down slightly on the overnight on the news of the ocean liner that has been quarantined, but prices have since recovered, that we can see here. There's the drop. We had a 100-point drop. We see the buying coming in there with the green bars, and once retested at this level, again we see the green bars, and then prices have been move to the upside above the 200 MA, need to close above the DP in order to move higher there. Let's have a look at yesterday's price action. We saw the market sell off initially with a 50-point bar, closing straight through the 200 MA and moving down 150 points, the market testing and then coming back and putting a double bottom in. It's amazing, 100 points up and then 100 points back. Then we get the buy signal and we see the market moving back, also another 100 points with a bit of a wobble there at the 20 bar moving average, but price is closing back and then moving back towards the 200 MA. This became a ceiling for the market, but you can see it oscillating between and finding support and resistance between the two psychological levels there. And then prices overnight, as we've just seen, starting out okay, closing above the 200 MA. That's a 76% retracement from this high to this low. You can see that there. Prices below the 200 and then moving lower, as we've just seen. So today we've got the main events, the one that the market waits for each month. More important than anything else is the non-farm payrolls. The forecast is for 163,000 new jobs, 145 created the month before. Apparently, allegedly, as all these things are now fiddled and rigged. And so let's see what happens with 163. If it comes out greater than the forecast, then of course we can expect to see the Dow move to the upside and move sharply as well. And implied volatility down to 1246, back below the 20 bar MA, so everything is fine, no risks anymore. We've dropped off the highs all the way down to green in the implied volatility, as prices have managed to close back above the 20 bar moving average and moving back to the upside there. And the madness continues and will continue for a very long time, certainly towards the end of the year until Trump is re-elected. We'll see what happens if he is re-elected. I'm making an assumption there based on the Democrats eating themselves alive at the moment, so we'll see. Not into politics, as you know, but it would make sense to keep the market up if Trump wants to be re-elected. I know there are some stats about that if you end up in a recession and the market falls, then you tend not to get re-elected, so we'll see. And also, again, another confirmation that everything is swimmingly at the moment. The yield curve has gone back to normal, having had one day where it was inverted. And then Bitcoin. Yesterday, the market started off with a bit more volatility. Then it went really quiet through this part of the mid-morning. Then it managed to spike up. Then it came all the way back. Then it went all the way back. And then the volatility sort of just dropped off as did the market, and then it went back to a tiny sideways range. So there was a move in there yesterday, but it's having to sit and wait for the move. That's the problem. In the 4 hour, again, you can see we're still in a range. We have these sort of spikes, and then we're getting this at the moment. So, and the daily chart showing this as well, with yesterday the market putting in another new high for the since we went up to 20,000. So we're sitting there around 9,880 sort of area, and then overnight prices dropping a bit. Also note the volume there is the same as, or more or less the same as the day before, but the range of the bar is narrower, so there's a bit of selling around in this market. Okay, that will do it for this one. If there is anything else to report, I will let you know. Keep an eye on the non-farm payroll figures out at 1:30. That's it for this one. As ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.